Yeah, my like to make a comment about social responsibility. Um, Social responsibility has become to the point where it's quite confusing to understand exactly what it means. I go along with the interpretation for Wikipedia, which establishes that it's an ethical framework, and it suggests that any entity, be it an organization or individual, has an obligation to act for the benefits of society at large. In essence, social responsibility is an obligation by the government, industry, and the people. Naturally, not all countries follow the same rules, so we have different interpretations of what social responsibility is. However, that does not mean that our actions do not affect other people, nor should we ignore them. To expect industry or the government to go overseas and destroy their environment is totally false. As is, approximately 9 million people die each year because they have no means of getting help from their resources, such as doctors and hospitals and medication. This accounts for roughly 16% of all global death. Business does pollute, but so do the people, and so does the government. As is, the United States is the largest polluter. It pollutes 18 metric tons per capita per year. And that does not even include the pollution that we cause by litter and litter alone. Litter costs the average taxpayer as a group $11.4 billion a year. Simple acts of throwing a piece of paper or a cigarette butt on the ground causes leaching into the soil, which pollutes the soil, harming us for plants and food with which we eat. Such efforts also clog the waterways for sewers, which cause backups, which means flooding for homes and our basements, causing further decay and adding to the cost to humans and families. The global financial cost of pollution is $4.6 trillion a year, or the equivalent of 6.2% of economic output. It just seems difficult to understand why we have such a problem with understanding the golden rule. Our companies have codes of conduct and they expect ethical behavior from everybody, as does the government. And yet we choose to ignore our own homes, our country, and the waterways. In 2014, the city of Toledo and the surrounding areas of roughly 500,000 people could not drink the water and had to have it shipped in for a week because of microsystems which were polluting the waterways, which could cause illness or death depending upon the extent of your injuries, if you had any. People could not drink the water, could not cook, could not bathe, could not brush their teeth. The point that's being made with this is that a lot of our waterways are being polluted in this way through algal bloom. The green algal bloom is the agent that infects the water, killing the aquatic life and forbidding us from using the water which is necessary for us to survive. It seems insidious to say that just one segment of the population can control everything, when in reality, it's a plurality. We all share in the resources. And we have to survive in order to continue. The government as such is the largest employer in this country, surpassing industry by a ratio of 1.8 to 1. Our taxes are going for this, and we need to employ the uses of technology to increase our proficiency and our knowledge through education so that we can continue as a nation and as a society. We may be the richest, but we're slowly on the decline unless we do something as a nation and as a society. I have COPD, which is a condition affecting my breathing. I didn't ask for this, and I'm not saying that anybody should feel pity for me, but this is the issue with a lot of people. We're getting ill. It's costing us more and more financially, and we're not really doing anything about it. Only when we as a society, in totality, accept our obligations and start to do something, will we find any comfort in enjoying our lives. The future, unless it's done, something is done now, it will become more tedious for our offspring and grandchildren and great-grandchildren and so on. We as a nation also cannot continue to destroy other people's environment, their countries, and expect nothing done. However, it is up to their leadership to engage in establishing policies which will benefit their overall societies. Cultural differences have to be accepted, and strong leadership is needed with the people following accordingly to make this country stronger and ensure for the well-being of our future generations. Only then will we be able to enjoy our lives. Evolution is a constant process which cannot be stopped, but we can do something as a society to make things better so that we can continue and prosper. Thank you. And I'll wait for any comments that need to be made or feel that are necessary to critique me. Thank you.